Hi, it's Lori, the armchair chef. This is a different video. It's shopping, but I didn't buy yarn. I have been seeing so many packages come into work. Because I do mail at the university, so I get a lot of stuff from the students that are the libraries and stuff. They have been buying, they use a lot of books from thrift books. We get a lot of packages. So I thought, well, let me go take a look and see what they got. So that is one of the places I went to look for books for my little stories that I've been telling you. So I decided to go out and pick up a few. I didn't just pick up, storybooks. I pick up I love cookbooks. I was looking for some things that maybe I could use for content, maybe making stuff, or I have some favorite authors that I used to like. So let me open up, take a look. We'll see what we got. My thought was these are all going to be coming from a different place. That's my thought. So there would be like one book in each package. Like if you buy 15 books, you're going to get 15 packages. That's my impression of what this is. So this one happens to be a cookbook, crockpot, diabetic. Well, diabetic cooking is good for all of us, whether you have diabetes or not. And I've been really enjoying my crock pot lately. And it's not like I can't just dump stuff in there, and I don't know how to just dump stuff in there. But sometimes it's nice to have some ideas. And if I go online, then I get stuck in a rabbit hole and I spend a lot of time doing stuff that's not towards my goal. But if I have a cookbook, I'm looking through it. Okay, what do I have? I have chicken. Well, let me go to the chicken section. Okay, well, I do have chicken in the freezer. Well, let's see what else. So if all I need is like a bag of vegetables and then something else, then I can pick up a bag of vegetables and then throw it in and then eat that for the week. So I did get that. And let's see, that came by itself. Let me make sure they didn't put nothing else in here. No packing slips. Then I got another one that has one, two, three, maybe five books in it. So let's see what those are. There's some hardcover books in here too. And I don't pay more than like $4 or $5 for the books. So I will like buy, even if it says it's acceptable condition, if it's like $4 or $5, I'll buy it. Because it doesn't mean it's destroyed. It just means that maybe somebody wrote in it or somebody earmarked the pages. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is not a bad way to get books that you can share and pass on with somebody else. Now, I do go to my local thrift store that has books, but you're limited to what you have in that store. There's a lot of them, but I'd have to go to all of them. And then you have to look for them. They don't even automatically separate them into sections. Because what was I looking for? I was looking for chicken soup for the soul books. I didn't even know where to find them. Is it under recipes for chicken soup? Is it under religion for inspiration? I don't know. So let's see what I've got. This is stories. Okay, these are stories. Not sure if these are going to be good for my story time or not. They look like they're pretty short, so they might be. Getting old ain't for wimps. So I'll be probably pulling a few stories out of this one. They don't look like they're too long, so I might be able to do some of these for my story time. And let's see what else. Oh, another cookbook. This is spiral, so it'll lay flat when you open it. This would be diabetic for 4 ingredients. And I do know that the diet for diabetics is like higher protein, low sugar, probably not a lot of salt. It's stuff that I should be incorporating into my diet anyway, instead of sitting here and eating bags of sunflower seeds or you know, cookies for breakfast. Oh, good. Look at the big print on that. Yes. Nice. I can see this. There's appetizers. Oh, the one thing I do, I get I said do. when I go every couple of weeks, I go to the grocery store. I'll get a couple avocados and a container of the hot pico de gallo. I just mix that together and eat it. You know, that's kind of like a snack. And all of it's good for me except the chips. But it gets that craving, you know, it kind of curbs that craving. I just thought of that because it's got the guacamole. Well, you don't have to use pico de gallo. You can add in onions and cilantro. And I use the fresh avocados. And it's just, this is already like 2 days old. And it's not even brown yet because it had some acid from the pico de gallo in it. So that like is 3 meals. That's like 3 meals. And you don't have to use chips. You can use pieces of vegetables. You could use other things. But yeah, I have chips. Vegetable salad. I used to make 4-bean salad all the time because I did not like garbanzo beans. Now that I know what they are, I don't mind eating them. And I didn't used to like kidney beans, but I don't mind eating them anymore either. Bell pepper salad. A lot of vegetables in here. Ooh, carrot and raisin. Don't like raisins. Don't like raisins in my food. Seafood. The fake crab, mayonnaise, celery, and onion. I buy little packages of that fake crab and I cut it up into chunks and put it in my salads. All it is whitefish. It's not crab, but it gives you a little texture in your thing. Now, orange salad, crushed pineapple, orange jello, cottage cheese. Oh, you remember when we used to get cottage cheese salads? I might actually be able to make that, except it has Cool Whip. I don't really want the Cool Whip. But yeah, I remember we used to have cottage cheese in our jello. The green one, huh? With the celery. It wasn't horrible. It was just what they did in the Lutheran church. You know, they had potlucks and they brought cottage cheese and jello. That's what they did. I can't do broccoli salad too much anymore because it's like really when it's raw. I like raw cauliflower cooked broccoli. That's kind of my go-to. There's a cucumber salad, and most of this is sugar-free. This one says to use fat-free sour cream, equal or sugar substitute with cucumbers and onions. That gives you the marinated cucumber salad. And so chicken marsala, Cajun chicken, let's see, cornmeal, cayenne seasoning, and chicken breasts, boneless and skinless. That's what I have in the freezer right now. And I found out that when I do stuff in my air fryer, it's juicier. The oven dries it out, but when I do it in the air fryer and it cooks it faster, even the chicken breasts are juicier. There is use chicken breast, mushrooms pieces, and V8 juice. And bacon. I like, this is the kind of books that I like. And if I go look for these online, I end up online for hours. But yeah, this is nice because a lot of times if there's only 3 or 4 recipes, ingredients, you'll have them. There's not, or you can substitute something. So yeah, I really enjoy the diabetic recipes because it's stuff that kind of good for me, you know. It's not a lot of sugar, not a lot of salt. And you can substitute it. It gives you the stuff at the bottom, how much protein there is, fiber, cholesterol. And if you're on Weight Watchers, it has exchange rates. Yeah, remember the days when it had exchanges instead of, or Richard Simmons had exchanges instead of points. Lemon pasta. Yeah, this, I wanted to get back in the kitchen a little bit and do some more cooking things with you guys. But this will help me because I really want to adjust my diet. I do have that cruise next year, and I've gained back about 30 pounds from the second time I lost weight. So I'm trying to adjust my diet and change my eating before I do the semi-glutide again. I want to lose the weight again, before my birthday, which is when my cruise is. So if I need to go back on the GLP, the injections, then I'll do that after the first of the year so that it'll take me a few months. And over a few months, I can lose that weight. But I want to get my diet back in control. I want to start switching. So I'm switching over to the cottage cheese. I'm switching over to the protein yogurt. I get the pro now, the one with the 20 grams of protein in it. And yeah, there's some other things I'm doing that are not so good. I bought the big containers of peanut butter filled pretzels. Yeah, not so good to sit and eat them all day. Every day I just feel fatter and fatter. It's crazy. So I've been buying potatoes. I cut up the potatoes, cook them in the microwave in my ramen cooker, boil them up. Then I drain those and I put cottage cheese on them. Salt and pepper and cottage cheese. No butter. Cottage cheese has fat in it, even the fat free. So you've got that taste of the cheese and the potato. So I'll eat, oh, I'm wiggling this, sorry, the cheese and the potato. Or you could get, I mean, those of you that have the diets that you restrict, you know, like Elaine has a very restricted diet. I think Michelle probably has a very restricted diet. A lot of us have allergies and sensitivities. So there's things we have to alter to be able to eat. And yeah, some of you guys with these altered diets, why don't you guys talk about some of that stuff? That would be helpful to some of the rest of us because you have a special diet you have to follow, or because of your conditions or your sensitivities that you do modifications, you do substitutions. It would be nice to know some of the substitutions you do. Even if I don't have a sensitivity to that, it would be nice to know what you change, because maybe I could make that change, even though I'm not sensitive to gluten or I'm not sensitive to corn or whatever. I could do that change anyway. If I have an option of choosing one of the other, choosing the better one would be sometimes the nice thing. But it's nice to see what you guys are doing without having to sell something. You know how you'll go on somebody's channel and it's like, oh, I'm gonna show you how to do this, but then they're advertising for the company they're cooking the stuff for. I don't like that. I don't fall for that. It's not something that I want to get caught up in. I'd rather have real people just tell me what changes they make to be able to eat the food they eat. It's nice that way. So here's another one. This is an old one. It's a library book. See, there's a number on it. Microwave cooking for 1 or 2. Remember when microwaves first came out? Oh my gosh, yes. Look at the dishes. You can see. Oh, this is nice. Shopping and storage. There's like some meat and potatoes. And, you know, microwaving is, things don't turn out as well sometimes, but you could prep this stuff and then do it in your air fryer, do it in your toaster oven. I use my toaster oven instead of my oven, but then the air fryer makes the stuff even juicier. I never thought of doing a grilled cheese sandwich in my air fryer before, though, until I saw somebody do that. But I shouldn't be eating grilled cheese sandwiches. That's not as healthy for me as some of the other stuff that I have been trying to eat. Beef tacos. I do like white fish, this halibut and cod, haddock. I do like shark and swordfish. I eat. Me and my husband used to buy that all the time, and he'd barbecue it, which would work great in the air fryer. I'm not a salmon person. I try it, and every time I try it, I say I'm never going to try this again. It just doesn't. I just can't get it to taste the way I want it. Now, if I go to a restaurant, I might order it because then they have all the goodies, you know, and they have all the stuff, the way to make it cook it to make it taste good. Chicken and spinach noodles, rice. Sometimes I'll make a pot of rice, and then I will cook stuff up and have it with my rice. I'll make a big old container of ground meat, and I'll have ground meat and I'll put it with other stuff. I'll take some tortillas and taco sauce and just have meat and taco sauce. Here's a big one that I got. Let's see what this one is. Okay, this is by Better Homes and Gardens. I've always got good luck with Better Homes and Gardens. This would be slow cooker recipes 2, 4, or more. So making small batches of things in the crock pot. Salsa chicken, and it gives you, there's a 5-ingredient recipe for salsa chicken. And I've done this before. I've put stuff in there and I just go in there and mush it up with a potato masher. And then I take that meat out, eat it with other stuff. Teriyaki chicken with orange sauce, Italian chicken and pasta, round steak, green chili taco salad, cranberry chicken. One thing that I made was really, really good was short ribs. They were marked down in the has to go section. And so I got 2 packages of them and I put them in the crock pot just with some French onion soup. And I put some Worcestershire sauce in it. And I put some garlic in there with it. And I put a bunch of onions in there with it. And if I had something in the freezer, some veggies, corn or potatoes or something, carrots, I threw that in there with it to add some more flavor to the broth. And oh my gosh, they were so good. Cooked them in there. And then if you want, you can take them out. If you have the air fryer, throw them in the air fryer. Brown up the outside a little bit. If you undercook them, then you could take them out and brown them up on the outside a little bit. Every time I warmed them back up to eat them, oh, they were so good. It was like, and those are like the flanking ribs, except I got the big chunky ones. If you cut them the other way, you get like the Korean strips. So there's 2 ways you can cut those the same rib. So I don't like so much the little skinny ones because those are better on a grill because the fat crisps up really good. But the big chunky ones, they had some when I went to Smith's the other day, but instead I bought some steaks. They had like some sirloin steaks that I'm going to cook up and put in the air fryer to get some beef. I have a little beef once in a while because you get that craving and the burgers just don't do it. So this was a different one. This is Crocheting in Plain English by Maggie Ricchetti, author of Knitting in Plain English. Easy to follow lessons and patterns, sensible solutions to nagging problems. So this looks fairly old. Let's see if it's got a date in it. $1988. I wonder if we still have the same problems because this is 1988. Universal Yarn Finder. Before you begin to crochet, a living history. Dreams are the stuff that reality is made of. Sizing systems for threads, color and dye lot. Details, the first real stitch, the chain stitch, making it softer and longer. Fishing with your hook in other waters. This looks like it's nice, almost like a storybook. That would be fun. How to hold with the right hand. How to hold your hook. Well, I guess that once you've learned how to do your stuff, it's almost like that's how you're going to do it. Anything else is awkward feeling. So, but you can learn to change. I have changed the way I hold my yarn in my left hand once in a while. So yeah, that is a few books. So you know what I'll do? Let me finish this off by telling you a story out of my first book. We'll just pick one and tell you a story, and then there we go. Let's see. Let's pick something that's not too long. Here we go. This one's not too long. And I'll give you a story. It's called The Prize-Winning Dessert. On another occasion, Ginny signed up at church for a mission trip to Guatemala. I do not speak a word of Spanish, she said, then corrected herself. Oh, I can say hola for hello, but heaven help me if the person I speak to then says I'm fluent in Spanish. During the trip, the group gathered at a remote church on a Sunday morning for the worship service and a meal. All of a sudden, the Guatemalan male sitting across from Ginny stared and started to laugh. Ginny asked the interpreter what was going on, and she replied, I just asked them to guess how old you are. The one who comes closest to your real age gets an extra dessert. To my delight, said Ginny, they all guessed between 34 and 39. I was 53 at the time. I took the two desserts. And the reflection, run in such a way as to get the prize. 1 Corinthians 9:24. And it has a talking with God section. Lord, it's amazing how many people enter the race of life, then drop out without trying for the prize. You promised that all who cross the finish line will be given eternal life, the reward that Jesus himself promised. But some people are just not willing to do what it takes to get there. Sticking around for an extra dessert is one thing, but persevering through hardships is quite another. But with your Holy Spirit to lead and guide, please help me be one who runs in such a way as to win the prize. That's nice. Inspirational. Well, I hope you enjoyed the little story. I'm going to have more from this book. And hopefully I'll be able to show you some things for my cookbooks too. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.